Hi, this is Andrina, and I am in Portugal, staying with my friend Frances in her beautiful villa. I moved here about 7 years ago, and it was just when the golden visa was taking off, which means that Portugal became popular. And now it is inundated with crowds. I went to the market in Cascais to buy my food at 8 o'clock in the morning, and normally there was no one there, but everywhere I went were foreigners and very stressed Portuguese. And so what did I do? But retreated back to Frances's villa and decided I was going to pick my own food for the day. And I am about to go out and get some lemongrass. Now, lemongrass is a fantastic herb. Now, you probably know that it's a spice that you can use in Thai food, a tom yum soup. I will be able to show you a recipe of how to make that. It's wonderful. But you can also make an infusion, a tea from it. And the special benefits of lemongrass is that it soothes you. It's a very soothing herb. It also lowers your cholesterol, and it reduces anxiety, and it's also very good for oral health. So it's a fantastic herb. I can't tell you how amazing herbs are. You can find them, so many of them, and they do so many different things. And they're such a subtle thing, you know? Little herbs are growing in the garden everywhere, and you would think that they're just like grass, and then suddenly you realize that it's like eating a medicine, and they are so good for you. And there's nothing more beautiful than my friend Frances's garden. She's been living in Portugal for 40 years. Everywhere around me you see oranges and lemons and all sorts of things that she also brought from Brazil. And this lemongrass plant, actually, she did bring from Brazil. So I am just looking for it now in all of the, look at this, I'll show you. Look at this wonderful garden around me. Absolutely amazing. And if you wonder why I'm dressed like this to go to the garden, it's because she's also giving a lunch party for me. And so I decided before going into lunch that I would quickly go out and cut a few stalks of the lemongrass so I could wrap it in paper. And I'll wrap it very tightly, and then I'll bring it back to Italy with me when I leave, which I promise to still show you the house where we're going to be. But this trip to Portugal was very unexpected. And so we decided to go ahead and come here. And you can see all these colors of green and whatnot. It's absolutely fabulous here. So I will show you what the plant looks like, and then let's get busy and cut some. Also, what I do is that whenever I'm cutting anything from a live plant, I don't just go and rip it out, which is what I used to do. And you go around because you don't want to stress the plant too much. So, you cut, for example, one side off of one side, and then you'll cut a root off of the other, so that you want to make sure that the plant can still keep growing and keep producing, so that it can give you its benefit, but at the same time that you're not killing and stressing it too much. After all, we are all interconnected, and if I have a plant that's giving something to me, I don't want to stress or kill it. That's what lemongrass looks like. So I'm going to go around and see, let's see, where I can find a nice, you see, if you look closely, you have the leaves up here, there, you see, but you want to get it right down in the stem and cut down below so that you can mash the stem. There you go. Cut that, one of those. There, you see? So that's what it looks like. So I'm going to take a couple of the dead leaves off, right? But you want to keep that stem because that's what you mash before you want to put it into a soup or something. So you really have that lemony flavor, come out. And there you go. So what I have here are the bits of the lemon balm that I'm going to be using the root. So I'll be cooking with these, which means that the leaves I can cut shorter. You can see that there's some brown bits there that I'll just cut these shorter. Now, on the same time, is for teas, I like the leaves. So I've got some green leaves here. I'm going to wrap them up very tightly because they will dry up, so I can still use them in a tea. I much prefer to use fresh herbs in teas than to use tea bags. As I've become more sensitive and more understanding how to use teas and how to use food to heal, then there's things I never thought about, like tea bags, that suddenly just don't taste right anymore. And I prefer to have natural lemon or herbs and mix that together with honey, because every single one of these ingredients heals you in a very deep way, not only physically, but spiritually and mentally. So I hope you enjoyed that. And I will be going back to Italy in a few days' time. But Portugal is absolutely wonderful. I've enjoyed my time here. I've been living here on and off for about 7-8 years. I was raised in Brazil, so therefore I speak Portuguese. I even have a Portuguese passport now. And I drive the Portuguese crazy because they can't understand why someone who's blonde and is English speaking, an American like me, can speak fluent Portuguese. But I think I did that because I said I'm a girl from Kansas, and I'd like to show people that also people from Kansas can speak lots of different languages. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week. Next week, I'll be taking you back to our villa in Italy, but I just couldn't help show you a little bit about my life when I was living in Portugal a few years ago before we moved here. So if you like the video, then please subscribe and press the like button for more videos on how to start afresh and live a happy, long, and healthy life like us. And thanks for watching.